In this video we're going to enter some customer transactions. The first thing we're going to do is create a new quote. I'm going to double click on the new quote pro forma option and we're going to raise our quote for a toy customer UK. I'm going to put a few different types of items on this quote. The first one's going to be a handgun. So I'm going to key the handgun in and we're going to have 10 handguns. You'll note that the sales price off the price list is £9. We're now going to key in bullets and we're going to have 10 lots of the bullets, and you'll notice the special price of £1.10 coming through. Now we're going to have a holster with a wholesale price of £8. We're going to have 10 of them also. Now I want a computer kit, and you'll see the kit configurator window come up where we can select what options we want on our computer kit, and as we tick one of these options you'll notice the price increases or decreases accordingly. I'm just going to have the default options on there, and that puts the kit on as a line like that, and I can click the little plus button next to it to expand the components out to see what went into the kit. The next thing that we're going to have is our Danger t-shirt. Now if I select the matrix group rather than the individual matrix items, I should get the matrix entry screen come up. Now in here I can key in whichever ones I want, so I could key in, if I just wanted a medium red, key in a medium red, or an extra large white, I could key in an extra large white like so. What I actually want to do for this one is we want one of everything. So in the top here I'm putting one in and I'm going to apply that to all of the items. The reason these are in red is because they're not in stock. If we had stock of these items, they'd show in black. Okay, so if I go OK that to put them on, you'll see it puts the individual items on there. Now I'm going to put our bike on, which was an assembly item, but we sell it as a standard stock item. And the last thing we're going to put on is our installation. Okay, and we're going to change that to be £100. So if I save my quote, notice it gets a quote number, and then I can click the print button on the toolbar to print the quote. So it comes up and says, what do you want to print? I'm printing a quote. I'm just going to print preview this to the screen. I can print it straight to a printer, I can print to file or email or fax it, or we've got a lowest cost route option as well, which we'll look at later. Just going to print preview on that. Okay, there's our quote, showing all the lines on there, etc. And you can see our logo on the top of the document that we put when we set up the system. Okay, so I'm going to close that down and close my print dialog window. I've finished with my quote. I'm now going to create another quote for a US customer, and we're just going to have 10 of the handguns, and 10 of the bullets. Again, I'm going to save the quote and print it. I'm now going to create a sales order for our toy customer UK. And this is going to be for 10 of the handguns, and 10 of the bullets. If I just save that order, you'll notice we get a sales order number this time, an SO number, and if I click the print button, it's defaulting to print the pick note. So if I print that to the screen again, so print preview, okay, there's my pick note with all of the items on. I now want to create an invoice from this order. There's two ways I can do that. I could either click the Convert Sales Invoice button here, or I can also close that sales order down and go into New Invoice, and I can select from a list of ready to invoice orders. So if I select that order and open it up, and we've got here the quantities that we're going to ship. Now if we just save at this point without actually posting, because we've got a separate post option on here, if we save the invoice, then this will allow us to print the invoice without actually posting to the customer's account and without taking the stock as well. We can post and close the invoice from here if we want to, or we've got a batch post menu option. Now I'll just save and close it, and go into post invoice, and that's the other way that you can batch post. And you can post a load of invoices in here. You don't have to go into each one and do them individually. So if I click OK, it'll post the invoice for me. I'm now going to go into customer preferences and turn ignore stock levels off. So basically now stock levels will get taken into account when I'm invoicing, so I won't be able to invoice more than I've got, so I won't be able to get the stock levels won't go negative, whereas when ignore stock levels was on, I can just invoice whatever I want to invoice with, regardless of what the stock quantity says. So change my stock levels to off, and I'm going to create another sales order for our UK customer. Okay, and this time we're going to put 10,000 handguns on. Okay, it warns me and says that it's more than the quantity I've got. I'll say yes, I still want to put it on, and I'm going to print the pick note. We can now see that the quantity to pick on a pick note is only 990 because it's looking at how many we've actually got in stock of these. Okay, now we'll go into new invoice again, and I'll pick up my sales order, and I'm going to create an invoice for that. Now we can see from there that the quantity is 10,000, but the ship quantity again is only going to 990. This is because obviously we haven't got all the stock in. So if I save and post on that, what we'll see happening is that we'll get back order for the remainder. So it's telling me back order 2-1, so it uses the same order number for the back order with -1, -2, -3, depending on which back order it is from that same sales order. Okay, so if we just go and have a quick look at the back order, there we can see the back order for the 9010. Okay, we're going to go and amend the preferences again and turn the stock levels back on for the next part. And we're going to create another order for a toy customer UK. We're going to put 100 handguns on. Again, it warns me that it's more than the stock I've got. Now in here we've got the workflow, and I can move this straight on to ready to invoice, so I don't have to print the pick note on that one. I'm going to save my order, and I'm going to create an invoice for the order. I'm going to do it through this screen this time. Okay, so this time both the quantity and the ship quantity is both 100, and this is because of the ignore stock levels flag. So I'm going to save and post that invoice again to take the goods out of stock and post the invoice to the customer ledger.